Okay, so we're just about done with our Christmas cookies. We've got a couple finishing touches left to do. This piece of holly still needs berries. And then these, I'm gonna turn a lot of the white into silver. Hey guys! Today we are decorating some Christmas cookies. We have a church party that we're going to tomorrow. So we're decorating some cookies for the party. I already made my my sugar cookie dough, and we've had the cookies done for a couple days now, but we're finally getting set with icing them. So I'm hoping they'll set up all nice for the party. We don't usually paint our Christmas cookies black, but these are for the Santa belly cookies. We're going to do the belt and buckle, so for the belt we need black. And this is one of my favorite tricks for filling icing, is to put it in the cup. Like, seriously, whoever first figured that out needs a prize. Though the prize may or may not be more cookies. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is going to be my Santa bellies, because those are going to require a couple additional steps. The thing to remember about royal icing is that it's kind of an oxymoron. It not only starts drying fast, but it also takes like 12 hours to fully dry. And as you can see, it like starts to settle on its own. Now there are many ways that you can get the icing that you want. It's all royal icing. Some people like to do a really thick icing, and they go outside along the edge and then let that dry a bit, and then they go in with a really liquid icing, and then they flood the cookie, and then it won't go over the wells. But ain't nobody got time for that, especially around the holidays. So I like to do a in-between icing, one that's not too thick and not too thin, so it does both at the same time. It's thick enough that you can kind of manipulate it a little bit, but it's not too thin that it's just gonna like splash all over your countertop. So there's the first base of the Santa belly. So I'll show you the next step of that in a little bit. Next thing I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on my quilt cookie. This one, I'm gonna do it also in a multi-step process. And you'll see why. It basically, what it does is you do every other one, give it a chance to crust over a little bit. You know, really you just need like 20 minutes or so. And then after that, what happens is it forms like a dome. And then you can go in and do the next one. And so they'll look like they're separated and give the cookie just like some extra depth. Eric makes cookies too. Right now, the cookie Eric is working on is gonna be another multi-layered one that's gonna look like a present. It's gonna have pretty ribbons and a bow. Yeah, another very important thing is figuring out which cookies you want to do in multiple steps and which ones you can do in one pop. He's making some pretty wrapping paper.
Got some Christmas lights going, some more of those done. And back to this one.
Cookie with a food safe marker. I shouldn't have to say that, but I probably should. Do not color on your cookies with regular markers. Those are not made for eating. Okay, while it's still wet, I'm gonna go in, and because it's still wet, it's gonna sink right in.
If it's not as wet, then it will sit on top like that and that.
Now I'm just gonna put these little, I think they're called pearls, however you pronounce that.
They're like pearl colored, pearl luster. And it'll come out similarly to this one.
Okay, so we're just about done with our Christmas cookies. We've got a couple finishing touches left to do. This piece of holly still needs berries. And then these, I'm gonna turn a lot of the white into silver. So I'm gonna do that with this,
On here too.
this finishing powder that I have. It's just like a silver sparkle that you add with any sort of alcohol. You can paint it on the top. And then tomorrow, right before we head to the party, I think I'm gonna spritz a few of them with this pearl spray that I have, so it'll make all the colors look just so shimmery. I think it'll just add another fun layer to the Christmas cookies.